So we've done a lot of analysis of Tommy's time in Chicago so far, and how he's adapted and recreated himself, and how he's moving a lot more smarter and more strategic, and this is definitely being recognized by all those he's crossed paths with. For example, he's built this level of respect with Diamond, pulled Vic and Claudia up, and I even believe Walter Flynn as well as Jannard feel threatened by his presence in Chicago, because they know Tommy's here to take over, and both of them want Tommy dead. But so far in Chicago, we haven't exactly seen this Christmas cancelling Tommy, even though we've seen him getting his fair share of kills. But now is the moment we're going to see Tommy of the old, and the Tommy that we saw in New York, who had this rage and anger, and he really will be cancelling Christmas on anybody that gets in his way, with the war with the Flynns and his 4 horsemen. But to understand the Tommy that we're going to see in the season finale, I'm going to play you a short clip from Joseph Sikora, teasing what we can expect in episode 10, and then we're going to break it down as well as look at the exclusive clip between JP, Tommy, and D-Mac. So I'm just going to play the short clip of Joseph Sikora first.
That energy, then you going to love this, man.
And I got to add this, Dion, that Deon Taylor directed the finale of our season. So I want to put this into perspective of the fans that are watching this right now, too. What Deon demanded of me, which was an interesting time, was at the end, he made me go all the way back to the beginning, and then before the beginning, back to Power, and would say, don't forget about this part of Tommy. Don't forget about this time. You're gonna, okay, now I get that. You can have that take, but did you forget this? And I did. So he brought me back to a real. He actually, at the end, brought me back to the original, which was an amazing.
Yeah, you have to
do.
So that was Joseph Sikora himself talking to Deon Taylor, who directed the final episode of Force, and we're gonna see Tommy going back to the beginning of Power. And we've seen a lot of the same Tommy, but this raw anger and raw emotion that we've seen so many times across Power, and also that was teased in the trailer for episode 10, is something we haven't seen so far on Force. And what comes to mind was when he killed Holly, when he was beaten by Milan's men, or faced near death when he was with Jason Michich, and there are so many other occasions with Ghost as well, but this is something we're yet to see on Force. We did see a small glimpse of this when he flipped a switch on JP, when he admitted he called Kate, because this puts Tommy's dead status in New York in jeopardy, along with the fact he doesn't want Kate back in his life.
I asked you to do one motherfucking thing for me. One! I know. You don't know what the fuck you just did! I did right. You did what you thought was right for you!
But this raw emotion that we're about to see in episode 10 is something we haven't seen yet, but something has to trigger this before Tommy gets to this point, which is why I've always said there could very well be a big dare to come, or a betrayal that's close to him, and it can only come in the form of either JP, D-Mac, Liliana, Kate, or possibly Markovich betraying him on the deal that they made, because he already knows that Claudia's got her mind twisted by Walter Flynn. Now I do think it is safe to say D-Mac won't be one of them, because he's just been shot, and it does look like he's gonna pull through, but who knows about JP or Liliana, because they're both characters who have grown on Tommy and us as the audience, especially Liliana, and you can really sense how much Tommy does care about her, because he didn't have to save her when Markovich kidnapped her, but he did. He also brought her on board and made her a partner in his organization, and he's even gone so far in trusting her with a secret that nobody knows about Tommy, and that's JP being his brother. So the writers have done a real good job in building this bond between Tommy and Liliana, and it's a relationship where some think they'll hook up, and where others think they're more brother and sister. But regardless of whether you see them together or having more of a sibling relationship, no doubt Liliana is a fan favourite, and she's a character who's grown on all of us, as well as Tommy. So if there is a big death, then I really do hope it's not Liliana, but I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw Kate being caught in a crossfire, because I do think she's coming to Chicago, and she's coming in the middle of a full-blown war between Tommy, the Serbs, and the Flynns, so I really wouldn't be surprised if Kate was brought back, only for her to be killed. But let's finish on this exclusive scene which shows Tommy and JP's relationship isn't in the best of places at the beginning of episode 10, because of the position that D-Mac finds himself in, and when Tommy actually calls him D-Mac, JP says his name is Darnell, but D-Mac looks like he's gonna be okay, and I do think over time JP and Tommy's relationship will be as well, but he wants Tommy to find the person who did this to his son, but I can actually see JP taking matters into his own hands at some point as well. But the relationship between JP and D-Mac will definitely be interesting, because I'm sure he won't want his son in the game, but he can't talk because he's someone who convinced Tommy to not only give him a chance, but we saw him becoming a little greedy and wanting more. So the dynamics between JP and D-Mac is one to watch. But with that being said, as usual, we're just going to keep it short and sweet at the end of the week. But heading into the season finale of Force, Tommy will definitely be determined to keep his family safe, as well as his organization that he's built, because for the first time this is his own hustle without Ghost, so I'm sure he's gonna do everything he can to protect it. But let me know what you make of Joseph Sikora telling us Tommy will be taking it back to Tommy in power, and what do you think he means by it? So drop all your thoughts down below in the comment section. And of course, if you're new to the channel, you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 4 Force and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.